Matthew chapter 13. Later that day, Yeshua left the house and sat by the seaside. A large crowd gathered around him. So he went out in a boat and sat down. While the crowd stood on the seaside, he spoke with them at length in analogies. He said, "Look, a sower went out to sow. As he was sowing, some of the seed fell along the path, and the birds came and devoured it. Other seed fell on very rocky ground, where there was not much soil. It sprouted immediately because the soil wasn't deep. But when the sun came up, they were scorched. Because they couldn't take root, they dried up. Other seed fell among the thorns, and the thorns shot up and choked them out. Other seed fell on good ground and produced a crop. Some 100 times, some 60 times, some 30 times what was sown. Anyone who has ears should listen." His disciples came and asked him, "Why do you speak to them in analogies?" He replied, "Because you have been entrusted with the mysteries of the kingdom of the heavens, but they haven't. Whoever has will be given more, and they'll have plenty. But whoever doesn't have, even what they have use of, will be taken from them. This is why I talk to them in analogies, because they look, but they don't see, and they listen, but they don't understand." They fulfilled Isaiah's prophecy that says, "They listen, but they won't understand, and they'll see, but they won't comprehend." These people have callous minds, and they are hard of hearing. They've shut their eyes, otherwise they would see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their intellects and return, so that I could free them from their sins. But your eyes are blessed because they see, and your ears because they listen. I assure you that many prophets and righteous people longed to see what you see, but they didn't see it, and to hear what you hear, but they didn't hear it. So listen to the analogy of the sower. When anyone hears the word, message, of the kingdom, yet doesn't understand it, the wicked one comes and steals the seed that was sown in their minds. This is what was sown along the path. The seed sown on the stony ground represents those who hear the word and immediately accept it with joy. Yet they aren't well rooted and don't last, and when there is trouble or persecution because of the word, they soon become indignant. The seed sown among the thorns represents the ones who hear the word, but the cares of this world and the deceptiveness of wealth chokes out the word, and they don't produce a crop. But what was sown on the good soil represents those who hear my word and understand it and produce a harvest of 100 times or 60 times or 30 times what was sown. He presented another analogy to them. The kingdom of the heavens can be compared to a man who sowed good seed in his field. While everyone was asleep, his enemy came and sowed tares in the wheat field and then left. As the grain began to mature, the tares became noticeable. The householder's servants came and asked him, "Master, didn't you sow good seed in your field? Where did these tares come from?" He told them, "An enemy did this." The servants asked him, "Shouldn't we go and pull them out?" He replied, "No, because if you pull out the tares, you'll also uproot the wheat. They must both grow together until the harvest, and at harvest time I will tell the harvesters to gather the tares out first, and tie them in bundles to be burned, and then bring the wheat into my granary." He related another analogy to them. "The kingdom of the heavens is like a mustard seed that someone went out and planted in their field. This is the smallest of all seeds, but when it is grown, it is larger than all the herbs, and becomes a tree, and the birds come and nest in its branches." He then used an analogy. "The kingdom of the heavens is like leaven that a woman hid in 3 sattas," brackets about 4 gallons, "of flour until the whole mass was leavened and rose." Yeshua explained all these things to the crowd in analogies. He didn't say anything to them without an analogy. This fulfilled what was foretold by the prophet who said, "I will open my mouth in analogies. I will explain things hidden from the foundation of the world." Then Yeshua sent the crowds away and went into the house. His disciples came to him and said, "Explain to us the analogy of the tares and the field." He told them, "The one who sowed good seed is the human son. The field is the world. The good seed are the people of the kingdom, but the tares are the people who belong to the wicked one. The enemy who sowed them is Satan. The harvest is the end of the age, and the harvesters are the spirit messengers. Just as the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so it will be at the end of the age. The human son will send his spirit messengers, and they will gather out of his kingdom everyone who set snares and all the Torah breakers, brackets Greek anomai, and throw them into a blazing fire where there is wailing and grinding of teeth. Then the righteous will shine like the sun in their Father's kingdom. Anyone who has ears to hear should listen." Again, the kingdom of the heavens is like a treasure that is hidden in a field. When a man found it, he hid it again, and in his excitement, he went and sold everything that he had and bought the field. Again, the kingdom of the heavens is like a merchant who was looking for valuable pearls. When he found a pearl of great value, he went and sold everything that he had and bought it. Also, the kingdom of the heavens is like a fishing net that was thrown into the sea, and it caught all kinds of fish. When it was full, they hauled it ashore and sat it down and cooled them. They put the good ones into containers and threw the bad, brackets unkosher, ones away. So it will be at the end of the age. The spirit messengers will go out and separate the wicked from the righteous and throw them into the blazing furnace. There will be wailing and grinding of teeth. Yeshua asked them, "Haven't you understood all this?" And they answered, "Yes, Master." He told them, "That is why every Torah teacher who has been trained about the kingdom of the heavens is like a man who is the owner of an estate, who brings new things and old ones from his treasure room." After Yeshua concluded his analogies, he left. He went to his hometown and began teaching the people in their synagogues in such a way that they were amazed and began asking, "Where did he get this wisdom and these miraculous powers? Isn't he the carpenter's son? Isn't his mother's name Mary? And his brothers James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas? Are all of his sisters here with us? Where did he get all these things?" And they were offended by him. But Yeshua told them, "A prophet isn't disparaged anywhere other than in his hometown and in his own household." He only did a few miracles there because of their unbelief.